And we are here because of an incident that happened yesterday in the evening, around 6 p.m., whereby we had admitted our patient here, my dad, whom on admission we were admitted at Ward 6, Makadara. And after being admitted on Ward 6, that was last Saturday but one, he had been undergoing medication and he was recovering. Actually, he was in a stable condition as late as yesterday in the morning, because I was the one who fed him during the daytime. But at around 6, there was an incident that happened. The hospital management was doing some maintenance at the oxygen plant, and they switched off the oxygen. And all the patients who were connected to the oxygen had no oxygen supply. And my dad was one of them. And during that period, it was a period of around 30 minutes, my dad passed on. We want justice for our dad, because our dad was not to die if it was not for that oxygen that was switched off by the management. And we stayed here from that period of time until around 9, when the OCS was also notified, and the top management of the hospital was also notified. And the OCS of Tononoka Police Station, they visited the hospital. I'm talking about the ward that I was, because it was switched off on Ward 5, Ward 1, and Ward 3, and the Ward 6, where I was. And the ward that I was, I can report 3 deaths occurred. And when we tried to call the doctors that were on duty that period of time, they did not give us answers that maybe we demanded, because we took it as a negligence. Because that period of time, if there was oxygen that was reconnected to my dad, could not have passed on. I talked to one of the nurses yesterday after that incident occurred, because we were rushing all over the wards trying to seek if we can get just 1 cylinder of oxygen to reconnect to some patients. And when we called the management, when they knew this incident had a very high magnitude, because the governor was also notified, they ignored us. Until after time, when they noticed the ward was full of people who were complaining, it was when they sent one doctor. We do not know where he came, because by that time there was not even a single doctor in that ward. It was when they sent one doctor who came. And when he came, his mission was to chase everyone who was in the hospital, to be left with only one person. And we rejected that, because how could our claim be valid if, for example, it was just one person?
Naitwa Joel mtu wa Kimanzi. Mimi ni mtoto wa mzee ambaye alituacha. Tumekuwa na mzee hospitali kwa hiyo from last Saturday but one, na mzee alikuwa katika hali nzuri sana. Na management ya Makadara walikubali kwamba wao ndio waliswitch off hiyo oxygen. Na hata mimi ninashangaa sana vile wagonjwa wanajua kuna wagonjwa ambao wana survive sababu ya hiyo oxygen. Vile wanaweza kukata hiyo oxygen. Na wakati mzee wetu alikufa, immediately walileta kitanda. Walikuwa taka mara moja kupeleka mzee kwa ile ward, ile room huwa anapeleka watu. Tukauliza kwa ni Mungu amekufa. Hakuna vile mnaweza kufanya nyinyi mama baba yetu. Na hao nurses walidisappear. Wakapotea kwa sababu waliona kuna crowd, na vile tumekuwa wakaita polisi. Polisi wakati walikuja na OCS. Na OCS alikubali na aliona ile mbili ambao watu walienda. Mimi nilithibitisha mtu ambaye anaitwa Tito Mutua ambaye alikuwa hiyo Ward 6, na mwingine alikuwa anaitwa Mariam Chai ambaye alikuwa Ward 1, na mzee Kimanzi Mwangi ambao walipaswa ni jana.
My name is Sebastian Kimanzi. Kimanzi being my father, who is one of those who died inside here. Okay, to me, I would say this was a kind of manslaughter. This actually has to be treated as manslaughter because it was done deliberately. Because my question is, okay, if at all, yes, there was that renovation that was to be done inside there. Okay, as a level 5 hospital, Coast General Hospital, they have ICU. There is also casualties area. Okay, what alternative did that person give to those who were supported with the oxygen before they switch off the oxygen supply?